G'day guys, this may look like just another 3D filament draw project, but it is so much more. It's capable of having the number of draws change by me typing in a different number, and you'll see it's now changed to a 5 draw. If I change it down to a 3 draw, and I'll show you how in a moment, you'll see that it will update to just a 3 draw. And if I turn the spool off, you'll be able to see that inside. So going back up to a 5 draw, and it's that easy. It also has a couple of templates on the top that when your spool is on there, it allows you to drill holes in the appropriate spots so that you know that you've aligned correctly for the screw hole, and there's a little knob that locks it in when the draw is shut. So let's jump in and have a look at how this has all been done. So I started this project as a learning curve to make a parameter driven model that has multiple components. So you can see here I've got my spool, my draws, my drill template and my drilling arms, and all of them dynamically change when I change parameters. Now you may not have played with parameters yet, but if you look under the modify menu, change parameters, a list will pop up that I've created that defines the different settings for my spool and then the number of draws, and everything else will follow from there. So if I said that I wanted 3 draws, I'll just move this down a little bit so you can see it, 3, and hit the tab key, it changes to a 3 draw setup. And my position of my screw holes, my dimples, my finger holes, everything automatically adjusts, and my drilling arms and drilling template on the top also adjust automatically. So this took quite a lot to learn how to do, and I'm not going to show you all of this in this video because there is a lot to cover, so I'll break this up to a couple of videos, but this is just a quick teaser to show you what is possible with using variables. So the variables that I've created in mine you can see here. So we've got the spool inner to outer diameter, spool hollow diameter, so that's the inner hole that you would hang on your spool holder. You've got the width from the outer edge to the inner edge of your filament roll. You've got the wall thickness, and you've got the overall height of it. And then you've got your draw count and shell of the draw thickness. Probably don't need that one, but if you wanted to make it a stronger draw, you could add that in. So going back over to here, if I jump back into those parameters, and I'll just resize this so it's a little bit easier to see. So if I change something like I want my draws to be bigger, so these will be 250 mil, the overall size grows. Now the gap in here you've noticed has grown. That's because my inner wall is currently 54 mil. That's this dimension inside here. So if I change that up to say 80, actually it's probably too much for 250. Let's go to 65, and the wall will shrink in. So it's completely dynamic. If I have a roll that has a wider width on it, so outer spool height will make that 80. My draws become, I just found a little error there that I need to fix, but my draws become taller. So I haven't constrained something correctly for that finger hole, but I will come back and fix that. So yeah, it's pretty cool that we can change every single dimension and have the draws auto follow to suit that, and this guide for drilling out your mounting hole and your locking dimple also follows automatically. So I'm just going to fix up this finger hole one, and that will be the only little bit of the drawing we're going to play with at this level. So I've enabled my draws component, and just to make it a little bit less complex, I'm going to slide that back. So I've just got the one draw to look at, and I have a drawing here called finger hole, so I will edit that one. Doesn't want to edit. Don't know why that wouldn't double click, but so what I've got is there's a plane that this is referenced to that allows me to draw my hole. So that is this construction plane just here, and you can see that that's just inside so that I can draw a nice hole through. And I've got a reference that I've pulled off of another drawing, but this is my problem here. I've drawn a line up and I've forgotten to add a dimension to it. So if I now dimension that, and instead of just typing in a number, I can type in something like spool height. I think that one will do. And I'm going to have to take a little bit off of it, and I can't remember the exact numbers, but let's take off spool wall thickness, and then I'm just going to take off another millimeter. So that should sit it up. It's sat it a little bit too high, so I will just add a little bit more of that deduction on there. So I'm going to take maybe 4 mil off. That'll do. It's not quite center, but you can now see that, turn off these extra features, constructions, that has now adjusted, and hopefully if I change the number of the height again, so we're at 80, if I go back down to say 60 and move that out of the way, it has followed it through. If I go up to 100, so it's now following it correctly by using parameters instead of fixed values. Alright, we'll catch you in the following videos where we talk in detail how we achieve this.